All right, so this is step one on my journey here. See what we can do about alleviating some of the pain and the issues I have with my knee, at least one of them. I've got two really bad knees, one that I'm trying to make it to 60 before I get the knee joint replacement. The other one, which I had a flesh-eating bacteria and had 3 surgeries back in 1994, was actually, weak, and so I leaned on the other leg, which I don't have an ACL in, which was stronger. But over the years of leaning on that one, it's just gotten bad. This one has just been, it's arthritic, and it's getting unstable, and it's kind of painful. I can't sleep on my back, but there's certain ways when I lay, it just kind of falls, and you can just get sharp pains on it. When I first heard it again last week, you could feel it moving around and being loose. And so they told me to get an MRI. Unfortunately, it's taken a week before I can finally get an appointment. So I've got 8 minutes before I'm supposed to be in there. So I'm gonna head on in, and we'll see what we see. All right, so we're all checked in. It's amazing. They actually have an electronic clipboard that you fill out all the information and stuff on it instead of having sheet after sheet after sheet. You just use your finger. So high technology. So now I'm supposed to go in at 1:30. So I've got, I saw a clock, about 15 minutes to go. And then I got to make an appointment with the doctor and get the results. And yes, we still have to wear masks in my state. All right, so being in the MRI, it's a tube that they slide you in. She basically clamped my leg down and gave me earplugs because of the noise. It's real loud. And on the internet, you've seen all of these people that are talking about the COVID shot and, pieces of metal. Oh, it's stuck to me and everything else. When you do the paperwork, it's a whole chart. It's 19 pages on a tablet that I had to do to fill in. So it asks you if you have any stents or if you have any pacemakers and stuff. You have to make sure that you don't have pants with buttons in it and stuff. You can't wear your shoes. No metal whatsoever is in there. And they ask you questions about, do you have any, rods in your body, because it apparently messes up, because an MRI is magnetic reconnaissance imaging. So it's giant magnets. So I can't even take my cell phone in there. That any metal, including, and I had to think back because as they asked you all these questions, have you ever had metal in your eye where you had to get it removed? And it brought back a memory, because I remember I was doing a job somewhere in DC, and we had this metal door, and we had to grind off some of the metal off the bottom of it, and a metal shaving got into my eye. And with this metal shaving in my eye, I couldn't get it out. It got impregnated in there, and I remember having to go to an eye surgeon, and they had to make a little cut in my eye. Your eye is wide open, and it's literally propped open like this. And you're seeing him go through here with this blade, and he actually made a little incision, and they pulled the piece of metal out. So even a piece of metal in your eye, or a little flake, would be a problem with doing an MRI. I got my MRI, and then in my mind, because I've seen all these videos of people, that it's metal being injected, and spoons sticking to your arm, or they've got magnets that are holding onto it. And I'm sitting there thinking, I've had my, first COVID shot, then I had my second COVID shot about 3 weeks ago. If there's anything to this, that all of a sudden, I'm going to be, ripped apart. I'm going to feel like I've got, when you're watching the Walking Dead, and they're just literally pulling people just apart and stuff. And I'm wondering if there's metal in the vaccine, if that's going to happen. Well, got my MRI done. I didn't go thunk, thunk, thunk. No, none of that happened. And got my images right here. And I've already got an appointment to see my orthopedist next Tuesday to see exactly what's on the pictures. So, if you're one that's into the conspiracy theories that there's metal in the shots, and like I said, I had to fill out 19 pages on, have you had, you got a metal splinter in you, you got anything in you. Thing is, as I went through those 19 pages of questions, the only thing about COVID was, have you been in quarantine in the last 10 days for COVID or exposed or around somebody else who's had COVID? Nothing about the shot. So I can say, at least from my end, that I ain't got no metal in me. I guess I'm good to go. All right, now back home, and time to get back to work, because that's what I do. And hopefully you guys are having a great day, and I will see you a little bit later. Yeah, you see some things sometimes, and it gets you in the back of the head. And that was definitely one of those ones that, in the back of your head, what if? What if? What if? Yeah. There's nothing if to it. Oh, boy. Wonder if I'm going to have surgery on this leg. I'm betting I probably will. Probably will. And hopefully it'll buy me some more time. I'm Mark Holmes, and, well, still here. See you soon.